if I can get my mic on, we should be streaming. I hate doing this, and I'm doing this for you, Tyler Rams, because you challenged me to go live more and go do this. So thank you for challenging me on this. Because I hate my setup for this because I have only two screens. So I'm sharing my screen where I'm trying to stream from, which, as you can see, we're going to be going over some lytics, data analytics here of some things I did for a 100-day post challenge. And my OBS Clips is on my left-hand side that I don't have on my, but I don't have like my YouTube or anything popped up because I'm like, it's like weird to like watch yourself live stream and like try to talk and interact. So it just can be kind of goofy. So, but hopefully this is working. And if it is, hi everybody, my name is Andrew, Ginger Hacker. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel or catching this live stream, very lucky because I don't do this very often. But yeah, I'll give this a few minutes. I wanted to kind of sit and grab a few folks, see if anyone wants to watch along tonight as I talk through some numbers of the 100-day post challenge, which I completed here on the 20th. Thank goodness. Was very excited to get it done. Very much enjoyed it though. And want to kind of go over the growth I got to see and why I think this is kind of actually a fun challenge for young cybersecurity professionals or individuals trying to break into cyber, and why I think this is kind of an important thing to kind of check out. So yeah, so let's go ahead and just kind of wait a second to see who wants to look at some numbers and crunch the stuff. Hopefully I'm coming in all good on sound. I just recently kind of readjusted and got a new mic stand. I've been getting comments lately that my voice on my videos is too quiet. So I'm trying to make sure that my setup is good. So I can, thanks, babe. So I can try to make sure that my audio is coming in clear this time. So we will see if I still get the same comments of like, you are too quiet, we can't hear you. So, but yeah, let's see. So game plan tonight, as I mentioned, if anyone else is still getting ready to jump into the stream, we just completed the 100-day posting challenge on LinkedIn, and I want to kind of go over the numbers to show folks what it kind of looked like and the importance, I think, of why this is actually probably a fun challenge for those maybe looking to boost their interaction within their LinkedIn network, and a great way to kind of show off the work you're working on and doing, and kind of just having fun with it. And it's kind of an interesting, you can see the peak I had in the very early month, probably first week of my 100-day post challenge, which was quite interesting and fun to say none the least. It really boosted me for the first half of it. And then obviously we kind of coasted, as we were going to talk here in a few little bits, of just under 1,000 interactions and stuff through the rest of the time. But we'll give it another minute. Hopefully everyone's excited for DEF CON coming up here in the next 2 weeks. The DEF CON posts are all starting to trickle down on the LinkedIns of see you there in 2 weeks. Very excited myself. We will be hanging out at Noob Village, one of the newer villages this year. It's on the second floor, right next to the Dana Initiative. So yeah, please, 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 if you plan on showing up to DEF CON this year in Vegas, please drop by and say hi. We're going to have an awesome CTF, some awesome presenters and people coming into the room, tons of cool free hangouts. The CTF is going to be so much fun, and we're having some very cool buddy processes with that too, where if you're new to CTFs, which are Capture the Flags, you can actually have a buddy or a CTF buddy that can actually help you and work with you on those challenges. And by doing so, not only will you get entered in for our folks completing in the CTF, but the buddy also completing in that CTF, helping a noob complete a challenge, will also get a cool ticket to possibly win some cool raffled prizes that we'll be having for our CTF. So super excited. It's going to be a great time. Going to see a bunch of cool nerds and friends that I very much am very excited to see. Probably I get to do once a year. And we will have fun and do nerd stuff together. Go see all the cool rooms, check out the cool badge this year, get some cool swag, some new stickers for the laptop in the wall. And yeah, but I think I have talked to you guys off long enough on the schematics of waiting for everyone to join. I think we're at our top peak of 4 viewers. So let's go ahead and get started. So, hey, everybody, my name is Andrew Crotty. You are on the Ginger Hacker channel. And today I wanted to go over the 100-day posting challenge that I got challenged to 100 days ago, which was actually on April 10th. And I want to kind of go over some numbers that I saw, which I was actually pretty impressed with, to what kind of helped kind of grow my network, helping kind of just initially just kind of showing up, and why I think maybe some students or some other folks trying to break into the industry may want to also complete this challenge. If not only for fun, maybe just also kind of see what those numbers look like for you when you go through your analytics onto your LinkedIn. So let's go ahead and run the numbers. So as I mentioned, it's a 100-day posting challenge. What that consists of is name whatever tech branch niche you are in. You are going to be posting on your social media platform. I obviously was on LinkedIn. That this can be on Twitter, can be on Facebook, can be on YouTube. And ideally, you're going to be posting once a day continuously for 100 days. Crazy concept, I know. Very simple, very easy, can easily follow the rules. And this can be on anything you want to post about. I obviously, being in the tech industry and cybersecurity, was targeting and kind of really gauging a lot of my posts to be based off tech memes, events, CVEs, things I was working on. Excuse me. And anything kind of related with that. My first thought process was like, you know what? I'm not going to take this seriously. I'm maybe just going to go just drop memes the entire time, and I'll kind of have a meme collage by the end of my 100 days that I will kind of pull from and say which meme had the best views. But then as I got later down the way, I actually started posting more of like cyber threat intelligence posts, ransomware attacks, current events that were happening, CVE posts. And I actually enjoyed that, because not only was it giving me more additional insight knowledge on the up-to-date knowledge of places being compromised or hacked, or current CVEs that were going in and about, but it was something that I think was also keeping me sharp on my skills. So as I mentioned, April 10th is when we started, and had a nice, good, strong day with over 1,000 impressions, 141% from the previous day, which obviously is huge. I'm like, cool, I'm already up 100%, and let's kind of keep rocking and rolling. The first 7 days in, as I mentioned, I had a whopping peak, and I'll show you the comment below here in a second, of an impression that was a funny meme that I was targeting at, of finishing school and kind of looking for that 100K job. And after that, though, we kind of obviously start to see our digression down after that first month, still peaking over 1,000 impressions a day. And as we continue on through the month of May, we're still above 1,000, but we're still going back and forth between probably net positive and then our negatives. And it deviated from memes to posts. I got sick sometimes, and sometimes I wasn't always feeling the most active on trying to post anything too productive or relevant. Sometimes I just wanted to post something like, yep, I'm here, I'm still doing this, I can't wait till 100 days are over. Because posting for 100 days can also be somewhat kind of cringe, depending on what you want to talk about, or if you run out of things to talk about. So, but it was still fun nonetheless. And we ran out the rest of the time, probably at end of May, to hit anywhere in the sub 5s to high 900s for impressions. And these impressions can come from everything from recruiters, managers, peers, anyone and everyone, which we can go ahead and go a little bit deeper into the audience here later in the video. But let's kick down here still to our discovery. So 103% up prior to the last 102 days. So I mean, like right there, you had 100% net gain of positive impressions, or at least people going and reviewing your post, which is, like I said, if you're new and trying to break into this industry, looking for managers, recruiters, maybe future coworkers you're going to work with that would say great things about your LinkedIn, or man, this person's really active, they're posting daily, they're actually posting some good information. That's still information of them pointing to your profile and saying, maybe we should reach out to this individual and kind of see what's going on. Members reached over 62,000. So 203% gain from the prior 102 days before, which I thought was actually kind of interesting. Very cool to see. And my numbers on my followers and network connections probably jumped up around the 500 range, which was also really cool. And I think, fun fact, someone mentioned it earlier when I was going through a lot of networking and everything as well. LinkedIn, I think, eventually does cap your network. So, not saying to be picky on who you allow to be in that network, but just kind of fun fact that if like 1,000 people add you, you may only be able to add so many of those. So let's look at our top performing post. So as I mentioned before, a week in, I dropped probably my most popular post, which I thought was hilarious because I think a week in, I was like, I'm just going to ChatGPT this. I'm going to find a meme and maybe throw a little spin on it. But overall, I had 73,000 impressions. And it was ideally talking about the checklist of things you're getting when you're going outside of school, getting ready to get into cybersecurity, getting into the career field. So you got your degree, check. You got your certifications, check. You're doing your LinkedIn updates, yep. But where's that job? And I think this is a huge thing that a lot of folks, even still currently, are still kind of struggling with, is they're getting out of internships or getting out of their degree, and they're like, okay, where's my job? I was told that once I graduated, there'd be dozens of jobs. I'm going to be showering in offer letters, and there's just that 1,000-yard stare awaiting, like where would be the jobs? I was told there'd be jobs. And this is a lot of things that I've been talking in a lot of my videos with a lot of folks lately on making sure you're the best candidate when you're getting into these roles and looking for that next role as well. So, did you post in Discord that you were live streaming? No, I did not, Jason, but I am live streaming. Thank you for asking. So, but this is one thing I think where when you're leveling up your resume to get into cyber, I just talked to a great intern / senior this night or two ago, where she had some great input where she was putting in for interviews for internships and she was getting nothing back. So what did she do? She reached out to professors. She went to her college career center at the college she attended to, and she got to kind of revamp everything. And lucky enough, she was able to find an internship, and very exciting for her, she was able to secure one. And her and I were talking, and she's like, you know what? If you ever get stuck on something, one thing that folks need to kind of take a quick swallow in is that pride. And like, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're starting to struggle trying to find these careers or trying to get into this field, reach out to people within this field. And I know that can be hard for some folks that are trying to get into cyber that are more introverted, maybe not as social butterflies as some of us that make YouTube videos and post every day, or we're chatty Cathys. But making that step to go and ask somebody, hey, look, like, I'm really interested in getting into cyber. I'd really like to pick your brain for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's maybe link up on a virtual coffee, quick phone call if they're willing to trade numbers, and just kind of pick their brain, ask some questions. Networking is huge. Networking and going to meetups and conferences like this post kind of got to, I think matters. I think a lot of folks trying to get into this industry right now, they're realizing that their degree and their Security Plus and their CYSA and maybe the home lab they built is not quite getting it and not cutting the cake on impressing employers. And my answer to that is don't stop trying, keep applying, and just make sure you're still working on those projects and still doing that self-development to make yourself the strongest candidate to get into these roles. So, but anywho, back to our 100-day post challenge, because I'm going to start rambling if I keep going. So 577 comments. We had thumbs up, laughs, supports, 58 comments, 22 reposts. And some of the comments on these I actually really liked. It really started spinning with folks on kind of giving their opinion on unemployment in cyber is so low it's a negative value, which isn't true but fair. But I think also in agreement that I think a lot of the jobs right now in the market are in that high mid-level to senior level roles. It's difficult right now for folks trying to break into cyber getting these entry-level roles because it's requiring that 3 to 5 years experience. They're wanting folks that have hands-on IR experience or working inside SIMs or EDR tools that you really don't get to work in unless you're inside an entry-level role. So, but that was our first post a week in, which really had, like I said, 73K impressions, it really kind of boosted the start of my 100-day post challenge. And I was only 12 days in. So that was pretty fun. So, but let's look at our next one. So the good old scam alert. So what is your duck name? And we've seen these posts before that ask for like, what's your high school mascot when you went to college? What's your zodiac sign? Maybe what's your favorite? What's your dog's name? And then that's your duck's name or silly thing like that. And obviously this is just a phishing aspect to try to get that information. This one's very self-explanatory. What's your credit card number? The month, the date, year is your middle name and that three-digit wacky number on the back. And this was about just over a quarter of the way, close to halfway done with the 100-day challenge. Oddly enough, this one still got about 2,300 impressions, 3 comments, 27 likes or comments and laughs. And as I mentioned, like as you get further into this challenge, you're going to run out of weird things to talk about, and that's honestly fine. I think the important thing is just still showing up and trying to complete the challenge. So I think I challenged several people to actually complete the 100-day challenge, and I think only one person was able to successfully complete it, posting every single day. And great job for them, and nothing against the ones that didn't finish it. Life gets in the way. We get busy, work, family. There's 1,000 different things you can mention on it, but totally understandable. But yeah, getting these posts in every day it's fun, but also challenging because it's incredible that you want to make sure that you get these done. And we have a comment from Jason Scribner referencing his silly duck name. Oh, thanks, Jason. So great to see. So, and it's just funny that you never know what you're going to post that same day. Like some of these days, I'm like, no, I need to find a quick meme. I do this last minute. Halfway through, I was getting to a point where I try to automate it, and I was finding things and posting like 3-4 days ahead of time. But I think toward the end, as I mentioned, and we'll see kind of on a few of these posts, I started going more into my OSINT kind of threat research on finding attacks that have happened. I think on my a week before, I found out that Louis Vuitton got hacked over in London. And that was actually a pretty interesting kind of read and kind of getting to see what was happening with that the event that occurred and going that route. And then our number 3 post is, let's see, this was 2 months ago. So this is about a quarter of the way in. And ideally, just talking on this one, we were talking about challenges on getting the foot in the door with cybersecurity, as everyone already sees. And mostly, you're always going to hear from people staying curious. Man, my spelling was horrible. Build the breadth and depth. I don't even know what I was trying to say. This may have been posted at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Chase topics. I wonder if I was trying to say depth. Build depth and depth. Depth? Anyway, that will be funny. People will laugh at this as I try to struggle on what this word is. But good God, I'm also tired. But anywho, it's going to be challenging and it's going to be a journey. And you're going to see tons of different rejection letters as you're working your way into this industry. So always keep in mind that even if you get those 100 no's, there's going to be one yes that follows after that. And just keep that in mind. But yeah, the 100-day challenge, I think, was still super net positive overall on getting to see the feedback from the audience from this posting challenge. And we'll go back here and just see our audience here from April 10th to the 20th, as that was my 100-day challenge. So here we can see we had 120, just under 20%, so 19% increase in the past 102 days. So we had folks with the title of senior. We had over 10,000 just employees, others in IT services and consulting. We can even break this down even further for analytics. So security analysts, engineers, founders. We had 16% in the greater Phoenix area, which would make sense because I'm here local in Arizona. 6% from DC, 3% in Dallas. And then let's look at our industry standards here. So roughly 24% in IT services and consulting, which once again would make sense because I was targeting IT and security for my posts. Computer and network security, 17%, and then technology, information, internet for the 10. So, and then here we go for our titles. So we had 38% being senior, 30% being entry. We had 4% being managers, 3% being directors, and 3% being CXOs. We have company sizes, companies that were looking at us: Wells Fargo, Army, Leidos, Deloitte, and Army Reserve, just under the 1%. So very fun, very cool nonetheless. And let's go back here. And net
followers.
Yeah, so we jumped up 19%, which was pretty cool. And this was a challenging, as I said, overall 100-day challenge, because it was interesting to try to do this every single day and maintain this every single day. And for those that are married, kids, busy with work, in the military, you have a part-time job already, maybe you're working a side hustle, this can come into almost being another small part-time job of how much you really want to dedicate into this on doing the research, making the posts very maybe specific or narrowed down, but overall fun. So for a lot of, as I mentioned, those trying to break in, or my seniors in college trying to get this done, look into this, wrap into your 100-day challenge, figure out a topic or something you'd like to challenge yourself on. But you can take this into challenging for certifications. You can challenge this into Try Hack Me, trying to get your 100-day streak, and so much more. So hopefully you enjoyed this live stream. If not, let me know what I can talk about whenever I decide to go on live stream. So this is a rare occasion because I usually don't go on live stream, but per Tyler Ramsby on our challenge earlier in the year, he mentioned that in order to get better at it, you just got to do it. So jumped on this today. Definitely give this a challenge and give it a like. Drop a comment if you plan on doing this challenge. Or when you're doing this challenge out some of your friends or some of your colleagues. Knock out 3-4 names that you think should do this challenge and see if they can get through with it. So, all right, everybody, that's all I got. Have a great rest of the evening, great rest of our midweek, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Keep hacking.